Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? Good evening. Welcome to the madness. I cannot wait for tonight's stream. I think this is going to be very interesting. For those who don't know, there are multiple large streaming content creators, whatever you want to call them, flying into JFK tonight, all with their own little following. So the traffic is going to be crazy. I typically don't do these Friday night ops, and I know we were on the on the Asia Pacific tour, but there's one special occasion here that I wanted to get away from that. It's the only exception. We have some very, very juicy IAE engines. You guys saw me fly it on the Flight Factor. It is now on the Toliss 319. I can't wait to show you these. I love the 319. So, of course, I think they look the best on the 319, but they are absolutely awesome. They're going to work on the 319, 320, and 321. We'll talk all about it. Hopefully, Cartage will join us here at some point in the stream. We can talk a little bit more about his engines. Other than that, we have a lot to get doing right now. I think there's like 170-something arrivals into JFK right now, so we need to get our aircraft ready and en route. I have come up with a little sneaky method here. We're going to be departing at a Myrtle Beach here. There's only two of us over here right now, which is good. I know XP72 is going to be flying out of Charlotte, and I'm sure he'll have 40, 50 people with him. And I believe Captain Canada is already airborne out of O'Hare, going to JFK. So a lot of traffic tonight. We're going to kind of do this as a quick turn. We're getting in. This is go-home leg for this crew, so I'm going to get the airplane fired up. We're going to get it off the gate. We're going to try to be airborne here, or at least ready for takeoff in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to be a little bit hesitant on the chat just until we get everything fired up and ready to go. But once we get airborne, we're going to have plenty of time to talk and chat. One thing that I think is going to be interesting here is realistically, I would probably bring a lot more gas than necessary. But what I've done instead, and I think this is good for you, I think it'll be entertaining for you. It's also good for me just as practice. I've only loaded the aircraft with enough fuel, like a standard day with a standard reserve, and I did add an alternate for traffic. Sometimes you get an alternate just for traffic congestion if there is a large bank of flights expected to go into an airport. So I have an alternate there. We very well may end up into a situation where we need to divert for fuel purposes. If that happens, we'll go ahead and walk through the procedures just like we would in real life. Until then, we are going to get off the ground here because I don't believe there's any Myrtle ATC. We've kind of snuck in under the radar. So, quick shout out to everyone in chat. Cam A321, what's going on? Good to see you here. Rusty C, Ryan Linker, D Pimento, Anderson C, Brian Roster, Mikkel Swan with you, sir. Captain Gio, what's going up, man? Cartage Wool, of course. Absolutely juicy engines. They're going to be sitting right there. Can't wait to see those. Navy Land sub, good to see you. Chasing Clouds, ailerons into the wind. Always good to see you here. Alim Ahmed, Benny, Scott Rashley. Hope everything's okay with you, man. I know you had some issues with your pup, so my condolences, my thoughts and prayers, everything to you, man. Dogs are family for me as well, so whenever there's an illness, or unfortunately we live longer than dogs do, and it's just awful. I feel for you, man. I truly do mean that. So hopefully tonight we'll be able to take your mind off it. We're going to have a lot of fun. I've got, I don't know how much more cups of coffee I have here. I got bourbon, coffee. I'm amped up. I'm on my third coffee right now. I don't know if you can tell already, so I'm fired up and ready to roll. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm not even going to show you the best part of the stream just yet, which are the engines, because we're going to have a nice long look at those here in a minute. Now, what I did do is apparently I have messed up the altimeters here. Details 30-6. Why do we have a asymmetric? Yeah, tank low level. We're going to add fuel. So I have the aircraft aligned, confirmed. So I have the aircraft in a turnaround state essentially, but a real crew, we're coming in. We're doing a quick plane swap. Phantom 320, he came down, he aligned the ADIRs, and he got the flight plan in the box, but then he went to the Cinnabon up in the terminal. This is the Myrtle Beach by Vertical Sim. I love this airport. Oh, look at these three cacti right here. Absolutely love to see that 321, 320 sitting there on the end. Or is that a 319? I think that's a 319 sitting there on the end. Beautiful. Our jet bridge is broken, so we have to use air stairs tonight. But this Myrtle Beach, let me just go ahead and zoom out real quick. I love this airport. I was just here on Sunday, and I got a little story about the Cinnabon up here. There's a nice Cinnabon in the terminal right here before you walk down the pier. So tempting every time you go by it. So Phantom 320 is up there at the Cinnabon shop right now. So all he did was get the ADIRs aligned. But let's go ahead and get the rest of the aircraft set up here. So crew supply on, ground control, CVR test. Don't believe we have it modeled. Negative. Okay, ADRs are already aligned. That is good. We're going to come back down here. That's going to go into the auto position. That's in position 1. Auto, arm the emergency exterior light, or I'm sorry, emergency exit lights. Everything else looks good here. We have our voltages. Let's go fire test. Fire test. Fire test. Beautiful. Up the right-hand side of the panel, third ACP comes on. PA out on halfway. Down to the center console. We're doing our flows. We've got our McDo is already aligned. Let's get the radio on. That can go off. That's all looking good. We got auto, weather system off, PWS is off. Come over here, check the engines. We do have oil. We do have hydraulics. And we do have auto in the pressurization. And the last thing we check is the, what am I looking for? Door page, pass or cockpit oxygen 1850. Beautiful. Off, normal parking brake is set. Everything else looks good there. Let's go to our EFIS constraint mode on both. We have no ATCs right now, so we're going to set our top altitude 350 constraint mode. And now we got to set up our actual perf and a NIT B. So, according to, well, I forget what SimBrief says, we're taking a full load of people up to JFK tonight. Forward cargo, I forget. Yeah, we used the aft cargo first in the 319. So, wow, 4,000 pounds of cargo, 145 packs. What are we calling for fuel? Apply these. Gate fuel is 14.4, so let's go ahead and fill this up. We're going to take, we can go an extra 300 before we have to get an amendment, so we'll do 14.8. We'll go ahead and do that. Technically, we'd have to do, or not necessarily amendment, but you got to let your dispatcher know if you've been overfueled. Right now, we've got 14.8 on board, 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel weight CG. That leaves us with 123.2 and a CG of 30.7. Love to see that. Gas on board is 14.8. Stamp it. Alternate. 47 minutes. Plenty of gas. No departure procedure out of here. That looks good to me. So we've got our gas on board. Now we get our fuel pumps online. Now we're going to check to make sure they are balanced. This is part of the captain flow here. Make sure they are indeed balanced. I've been caught like that before where it hasn't been. You get your fuel on board matches. FO turns the fuel pumps on, throws me off, slipped up, didn't check the fuel page. We had a little bit of an imbalance there we had to work out after we got off the gate, but everything else looks good, so always double checking each other. And let's listen to some boarding sounds. Oh yeah, look at that. While we got the APU starting up, let's do that. I'll show you more engines here in just a second. Ooh, what do we have here? Jack Center. Are any of you all on frequency? Not yet. I can be. Jack Center wants me 3592. Let's take a listen here. 3592. Yeah, Jack Center, Cactus 357, you called?
Express 219, roger. Direct Giggles, climate tank level 330. Direct Giggles.
3592, APU is coming up.
Yeah, Cactus 357, Jack Center. Just be advised, there's a 30-mile trail into Kennedy tonight, so if you guys want to fly some calls from the airport, either Norfolk or Albany,
Okay, are you going to be handling the 30-mile trail on departure, or you just want us to space out out of Myrtle?
No, it's going to be 30. I'm instructed to do 30 miles going into Washington, so it'll be on departure.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Great 21, Juliet Mike, welcome to Hilton Head, Ramsey House.
So do I taxi with him?
Is there another aircraft checking in with Jacksonville?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to depart with him or not. Anyway, what do we got? We're 6 minutes ready to go. That can come off. APU bleed is on. Turn down the temps.
United 7 Rock Hill negative.
Pull the ground power.
Miles in trail and you're not affected.
Close it up. Look at this juice right
Last
here.
aircraft calling Jackson, there, second.
IAE V2500s Carta.
Spirit, Jackson Center.
I think you have outdone yourself.
Signed in as Spirit as Sierra Papa India.
Let's take another look right here. I'm going to zoom in on it so you guys get the full effect. This changes the game. This changes the game with engines. This is a next level engine mod Carta. Just look at the fans just rotating there slowly in the breeze. Cam321 says, where do you look to see if the CVR, FDR systems are working properly since you turn on the ground control switch? Ground control, Cam, all it does is it starts the recording. As long as the blue light is on, it is actively recording. Now, the flight control, or I'm sorry, the CVR test, when you press this button, it will play an audible tone. That is part of the flow to make sure that indeed you are...
ground to cockpit, please show me
that it
where
is
you want to
indeed
go.
working. Now, I think the Flight Factor BSS pack has it, but you can't hear the tone on the Toliss, unfortunately. But that's how you identify if it is indeed working or not. We're going to do a kind of a crazy push here. This is not really how they do it. I want to give that guy room. So they kind of just push you back at an angle here. That's kind of realistically how they do it here in Merlin.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
The center said 30 mile on trail, but he'll handle it on departure. So I guess, do I just call him for when we're at the runway? Is that how that goes? We'll see. Let's go perf data. I forgot to set my V speeds.
73.
1 plus F yoga, of
approach
course.
request,
135. 135. We're also going to be doing something a little bit fun tonight. We're going to grade each controller on the same several stipulations. I'll talk to you about that here in just a minute. I just wanted to get us off the gate. That's the crucial part. 1520 thrust reduction. Engine out is 1020. Perf data is set. Flex packs off. We're going to go maximum packs off. It's going to be absolute juice. Jeremy Harvey, what's up, man? Glad to see you here. Jeremy, I wanted to say, yes, I got your email.
All doors
yes,
and
of course,
hatches are
I would love to
closed.
write.
Ready to
I'd love to write something on your page. And two, I don't know if you caught the very beginning, but I went all the way back to our throwback, very first intro music you made for the stream. Absolutely love it, man. Shout out Jeremy Harvey. Awesome, awesome music. Appreciate all the sounds on the channel that you do for us, man. All right, ground handling. We're going to hide all that. Now they're gone.
808. Traffic is 12 o'clock, 15 miles, level 37.
He's ready to go. We're getting ready to push. 4-star checklist, windows, doors, and slides. They're closed and armed. The beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is on for now. 4-star checklist complete. That should be in the arm position there.
South 808, roger.
Carta engines
Turn
for the
right,
win.
heading,
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Brakes released. Clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Oh, we're going to start them all right, but we're going to start them after the push is complete because we're going to do maximum immersion with the engine start
United,
here.
2112, maintain level 330 for traffic.
Cam, I'll let them know right now. I'll ask. And Jack Center Cactus 357, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, if I'm going to continue into Kennedy, do you want us to hold on the ground here? Or are you going to handle taxi out procedures, or how do you want to go about that?
I mean, if you guys want to queue up and wait, we're going to control the runway after we're leaving you in trail. That's fine with me.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. We'll call you in queue at the holding short of the runway. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
There's a big event today. Pre-TAM.
JetBlue 715, Jackson Center, climb maintain level 370. Delta 828, you can resume on. Resume on course. FedEx 7363, construct the visual approach, runway 27.
All right, sorry, I was just setting up my little quiz, or not quiz, or grading system. I think it'll be fun. So we're going to grade each controller in the sector. Now we're going to keep it professional, of course, but we're going to grade each controller on 4 attributes. Now I came up with these with Phantom 320, who is a real-life air traffic controller, and he helped me come up with professionalism, efficiency, patience, and knowledge. So we have 4 areas that we're going to kind of see how each controller handles it, and then we will grade each one on a scale of 1 to 5 with the maximum point allowance of 20 total points. So that should be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to doing that.
Set parking brake.
You guys ask a lot about, is this realistic if a controller says this, or is this realistic if a controller does this? So this will help with that when we kind of go over this little thing here in the. And actually, you know what? Can I write it in the notepads here? Notes. Yeah, check this out. So, professionalism. Disconnect hand signals. Efficiency. Patience. And knowledge. All right, enter, enter. So the first center we're talking to is Jack Center. And we're just going to give him...
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Charts. Nope. Airports. 10-9 page. He's handing off. Let's get out of here. Someone's getting fired tomorrow, Carta. Uh-oh. Jeremy Carver says we should count how many times we were with you tonight. Oh, man. I don't even want to. All right, here we go. Maximum juice. I'm going to be quiet. Look at this engine start here. Actually, what am I doing? We start engine 1 first. This is America. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the startup sounds. Let me make sure it is indeed ready to go. We're going to go 100%. Go 100% there, and I'm going to use these things to adjust it. So, enjoy the startup sound. Look at these beautiful Carta engines. Engine mode, selector to ignition start. Starting 1.
Delta 808, correct Gerke. Delta 1728, Jacksonville Center, squawk 1042.
Oh, yeah. So since we are going out first, we're going to just go ahead and call ready with 2 engines running. So we're going to do a 2-engine taxi out.
7 Bravo Kilo, contact Washington 1.
Sounds like we got a good start on 1. And I'm going to go ahead and just broadcast on Unicom. And you guys in Myrtle, I don't know if you heard Jack Center, but he's going to want us 30 miles in trail. So to just call him when we're in sequence at the end of the runway. I'm going to be taxiing out here Alpha 6 to 18 Myrtle. Alright, so we got that set. Let's go ahead and fire up number 2, shall we? Did I forget to delete Blaze OBJ? Carta, I think I made a boo-boo. Huh, not on that one though. What's up with that? I think I might have made an error. So I was trying to get the stream ready, and I ended up putting these engines on the airplane in like 4 different airplanes, and I'd had them in the wrong sequence. Might have made an error on that one. But juicy sound there. Who had that question about the BSS pack on the Neo? Was that Rusty C? You know, I like the 321 Neo sounds from BSS, but I 100% agree with you. The stock ones aren't too bad. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would suggest maybe trying FT Sim out. All right, here we go. Let's extend flaps 1. do a shot for every with you. Anthony, I don't think we'd make it to JFK. Look at that. 05, we're off the gate. Engine's running. That goes back to there. We're going to arm the spoid brakes. APU can come off. That can come off. Are you guys ready to taxi? Is my tiller bound? I don't believe it is. This will be interesting. Let's see. No, my tiller is not bound. I don't know if I need it. I think it's stock. Taxi light on. Look at this. My alternate is Philly. Rex, I think he said to call short of the runway. Oh no, Carta, it might have just been the light. Might have just been the lighting. They look fine now. Let me see where I'm going first. Alright, we're gonna make a left turn here. I have a feeling we're going to need to brighten up the time of day. I don't think my tiller is bound. Myrtle is uncontrolled right now, yes. Oh, so there's the taxiway we need to go out on. Yeah, we're going to take Charlie. Yeah, we're going to take Charlie all the way out. Alright, let's do a flight control check. Full up. Full down, neutral. Full left, full right, neutral, or rudder, a full left, whoa, full right, a neutral, auto brakes max, takeoff config, that's arm, TARA for Vatsim, that's on, notify the flight attendants, checks gave me 3-6 for departure, uh-oh. Sensei, did you call him for clearance? It didn't sound like he wanted, I'll call him. I'll pull up here, Charlie 5.
414, Jackson, Roger, Squawk 1041.
We'll see what we'll see. We'll call him here in just a second. What we'll do is we'll pull up here, we'll hold short.
Jack's Cactus 1205. Can we get 1-8 for departure? The winds are favoring that. I'm showing winds calm, but rolling ready because you're rolling 1-8. Thank you. FedEx 73.
Pull up my flight plan, and I'm gonna call him for clearance. So I heard Sin City get 1-8, so that's good. I need a scratch pad to type before I call this guy up.
KJFK 414, rudder contact 25 miles from Pelican.
Jack Center, Cactus 357, like to pick up IFR to Kennedy.
Cactus 357, I sent you a PDC, please check messages.
Roger.
Legion 741, contact Atlanta Center.
Oh, he did. He did, beautiful. Beacon 1026, I must have not have heard it. Let's make sure it's the same. PDC 1026, level 350, Myrtle, Kennedy 319, Wilmington J174, Norfolk Seal, Cameron 4, 3592, altitude restrictions as published on the SID. There is no SID. Please reference attention to all users of RNAV departures. Runway assignment, call appropriate, end of ramp with spot number, pre-departure clearance end. Okay, well, he told me to call him at the runway. We'll call him up ready to go. We've got our clearance. It matches what we have in the box. And we've got Carta engines. What could be better?
United 2414, squawk 1061.
All right, we did our flight control check. We did everything else. That is ready to go. Cabin is ready. We've been live for 15 minutes, plus 10, 25 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, this will be a true test to see if my tiller is bound. Oh, you know what? It's just bound to the rudder pedals. Interesting. Alright, this is the ILS hold short. We're not doing that, so we're going to go up to the main hold short line.
FedEx 733.
We don't have an RNAV, but there is no departure procedure out of here. Kind of why I chose this airport, too.
What aircraft was looking for an AFK?
Alright, cabin ready. All checklist complete. 30-6, 350 top altitude. He didn't give us a top altitude.
Adjustable center, United 2414. I'm sorry, looks like Microsoft just changed my frequency on me. Do you want something? United 2414, roger. Squawk 1061. Squawking 1061 for 2414.
Jack Center, Cactus 357, hold short of runway 18 at Myrtle at Alpha 6, awaiting the IFR release.
Cactus 357, fly heading 090, 18.
Fly heading, was that 090?
That's forward, heading at 090, runway 18.
090 on the heading, runway 18, clear for takeoff, Cactus 357. Alright, so we got our heading, brakes released. Let's get out of here. Packs are coming off as well, so we get our maximum. Oh, I hear the engine change there, a little engine shift.
FedEx 7363, speed 180.
Let's line it up and wait. I can't wait to rip these car engines.
Checking in with center roll.
Full yoga. This is what I love about the PSS. Hear that little. Oh, that little whining. That. We're cleared to go. Packs are off. Are you guys ready to go?
Delta 105. Delta 105, roger. Communications approved at 514.
Let's do it. Let me make sure I am straight. I am straight.
New York radio.
Maximum yoga's in chat. Here we go. Spool them up 50. Oh yeah. Alright, man, Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
105, actually, alignment center is offline, frequency change advisory for recovery.
Thrust set. V1. Rotate.
That is 07 contact warning.
Great.
135.5,
Zero. Flyby. Ooh, yeah. There's 400 feet. Select heading.
Cactus 357, radar contact altitude.
1.3 or 1,400 Cactus 357.
Cactus 357, roger. Climate safe, all tree 50, turn left.
Left turn. Oh, climb maintain 350 and proceed direct to Wilmington, Cactus 357. Couldn't hear him there.
And Jack Center, Cactus 1205, Alpha 6 at 18 for IFR release. Cactus 235, runway,
direct Wilmington.
Cactus 1205, hold short 18. FedEx 363, the airport is at your 9
Which
o'clock.
is weird because it's not on the flight. Can't we go direct to Wilmington?
FedEx 363, airplane for 227.
There's 10 seconds. Fly the airplane first. Pack 2, come back on now.
Contact at Atlanta Center 132.
0. Speed checks.
132.97 for United 114. See ya.
Bye bye, Myrtle. Beautiful. Alright, we gotta figure this out. We got a slight problem here. I'm gonna go heading 060. Kill the chrono. Disarm the spoid brakes. Why can't I go direct to Wilmington? I should be able to pull it up. There we go. I just wouldn't let me do it. More nabbing. 8P1. you serious? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Engine 1 fail. No. Do I have failures on? Stand by. Ignition mode, selector ignition. Thrust lever 1 confirmed. Idle. Engine 1 master. If no relay 30 seconds, which it's not. Okay. Wow. Okay, I know we like failures, but we're gonna reset. We're gonna reset that, and we're gonna restart this engine here. I literally just had an engine failure on an FNO. We're not gonna be that guy on FNO. If it was any other stream, I'd be all right. Let's. I have not possibly to open. There it is. There she comes. Wow. Any other stream, I would have continued with that. But we're gonna reset. We've done too much work to return right back to Myrtle. Oh, what timing! What timing! You guys know I love flying with. I still have random faults on. Let's just hope we don't cook another engine. Yeah, that would have been a Mayday emergency return to Myrtle. She didn't auto relight on us. So I will fly the airplane. Look how good it does though with single engine. See, it's really a non-event when you're this high. I mean, it is an event obviously, but there's no need to panic. Fly the airplane. Asymmetry, that's me. We're coming back up. VSS sounds are freaking out right now. All right, we're thrust climb. Auto thrust is back on. Autopilot 1. Let's go open climb. 350. Make sure we get our Reaper back.
Flies are left heading 090.
She's coming up.
Left turn heading 090. Clear to take off 18, cactus 1205.
Fuel flows are coming up. Here it comes. Here comes the Reaper. I need to hide that thing. How do I hide that again?
Added 2112, cactus 090.
How do I hide that thing again? I already broke Carta. I'm sorry, man. I already broke your engine. Oh, that's right. This is all on VSS terms. Let's go ahead and quiet it up a little bit. So I can actually hear myself think. All right, we're at a 10,000. Engine problem averted. Let's go ahead and clean it up. We'll kill that, kill that, kill that. Wing light off. Ding the flight attendant so we've gone through 10,000. And we are on our way. You should have declared an emergency and tested the controller, Jeremy. I would have, but tonight I wanted to actually go on. I wanted to actually go on with this one. But any other stream, I would have. You've seen me do it on the stream before. Cancun, we're cursed on the 319. We've had we have an engine failure there. We've had all kinds of problems in Cancun. But all right, we're looking good. We can go ignition back to normal. We'll just pretend that it did an auto relight. Maybe you had a flame out and now it did an auto relight. That's fine. So now we can go ahead and copy the active flight plan back in our secondary. We cleared the RadNav page. Now we're looking good.
1205, radar contact, say altitude. We're at a 700, climbing 10, left turn heading 090, taxi 1205. 1205, roger, clear direct Wilmington, climb maintain, level tree.
Alright, now we can
direct
breathe.
Wilmington, climb maintain, level tree.
Set the faults to 1. I like having faults higher in this airplane because I like to show you guys on stream, you know, when certain things come up. I know it's not realistically or as realistic in the real airplane, especially single pilot and the amount that they happen, but I think that keeps you on your toes as a simmer, you know, like I want to have failures. We cry all the time about airplanes not modeling in-depth systems. I mean, how much more in-depth can you get if you're modeling failures and random failures and stuff? So that's why I like to have the fault factor increased on the Toliss birds. Keeps me sharp, keeps it interesting. Curtis says you've had them for a day and you're breaking them already before they were released. Warranted void. Carter, I think it was that Max Yoga. We might have been Max Power.
57, contact Washington, 135.5 second 9.
35, 57, good night, kick 357. Oh, 135.5 is what he said. 35, 5. Then we have to grade him. Washington Center, good evening. Cactus 3, 57, 14, 3, climbing 350.
Cactus 357, Washington Center, good evening.
These controllers sound like they are not too happy to be online. I won't respond because I got to try to be professional tonight, but thanks for the shout out. All right. Captain Canada's in a delay. Oh, man. See, I knew there would be issues coming west. That was originally going to be a plan. I was going to go O'Hare because Citation Max is handling the approach sector from south and west. So I wanted to talk to him. He's the one that DM'd me about this to begin with. So I want to actually go through him as we approach in. So I knew Chicago wouldn't be a good idea. I wanted to do Charlotte. XP's going out of Charlotte. I thought he should be airborne by now. He was going to stream at 7 or 6, right? But yeah, we got out of an uncontrolled airport there, which was good. So let's do a quick little grade here. I like this idea. So Jack Center, for efficiency, I'll give him, at a score of 1 to 5, I'll give him a 5. I mean, he was on top of it. For patience, I'm gonna say 4. You know, he seemed a little bit irritated, but still a really good mark. Oh, I forgot one. Oh, can I go up? I wish I could go up. Hold on. So 5, 4. Oh man, I messed up our notepad here. So if something like this happened in real life and it restarted, what would be the SOP? Continue and log it? D, that's a great question. It would depend. Now, if you just had a flame out and you saw, the igniters come on, and then it relighted, or relighted, that doesn't sound like good English. It relit. You'd probably, it depends. Personally, if I have any type of engine failure, I'm declaring an emergency, and I'm getting on the ground. But it's hard to just say yes, no matter what, you're going to declare an emergency, because there's a lot of situations that you may not do that, especially if it relit right away automatically. Now, if you had an engine failure, it didn't auto-relight, you had to do an engine restart manually, by the time you complete the engine restart procedure, the other pilot in the cockpit is already probably halfway to the diversion airport. You got to remember, it's a 2-crew operation. Anytime that ECAM says land ASAP on it, it is a emergency declaration and an immediate divert. So we did have a land ASAP on the ECAM in this particular case, so this would definitely be
Mach 0.81.
Would definitely be
United 7 Bravo Kilo, Washington.
Definitely be a divert. All right, so now I got to scroll all the way back here. All right, let me go all the way back. I want to set this up right so we have it the first time. I got to move this all the way over. All right, professionalism. Whoa. I don't know why my caps went off. Dang it. I will get this. Professionalism, efficiency, patience, and knowledge. I'm just going to put, I'm going to put K and L D G. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to skip a line down. Jack's center. I say 5, 4. Patience was a 4, because and knowledge, I didn't have any problem with his knowledge, so he's got almost perfect marks. All right, now we're on Washington Center now. We're gonna leave that. Man, this looks beautiful. XP still at the gate. Uh-oh.
Washington Center, good evening. Cactus 1205, 14.6, climbing tree 50.
Matthew Preston says, speaking of patience, you should have heard the disagreement on the ramp frequency in the RJ at the mothership today. Someone wasn't happy sitting on a spot for so long. Oh, man. See, that's what happens. You got to be able to... it's hard because I know guys get frustrated. Sometimes in the light of a lot of bad things happening, you have to remember. You have to remember that you're a professional and you got to try to remain patient. And I'm not perfect. I've said some things on frequency before too that probably shouldn't have. We're well out of 18. Let's go ahead and set standard across the board. Standard set. Make sure everything is good here. Flight Force 77. What's up, man? Shout out V1 in the house. I'm ahead. NKS 1524. Spirit Wings 1524. Thank you, Flight Force, for your $5 donation, man. I really appreciate your support on the channel.
I'm the 410.
You must be up here somewhere. Glad to have you on board, man. Thank you for your support. Appreciate that. Seems to be a smooth ride. We'll go ahead and kill the seatbelt sign off. Oh yeah, look at these engines right here. That little low bass hum. That's a spot right here. This is my favorite view right here. Is there a link to the IAE mod? Not yet. Jeremy says, do you Toliss stream with Toga? Oh, do a dual
Washington Center, Delta
stream with
841,
Flight
checking
Deck
in with the
Sim.
flight level 370.
That would be a lot of fun. Maybe someday, man. I'd love to. I'd love to do a multi-crew with him. Lauren V says, I just got into Kennedy from Tampa. Yeah, all 5 or so DC controllers sounded bored and unhappy. Lauren, I know that for as big of an event that's going on right now, I'm a little bit disappointed in the enthusiasm, but who knows, who knows how long these controllers have been on. And one thing I don't want to do is make this seem unprofessional, because I didn't know this, but when I was listening to the Blue Games podcast, XP72 and Blue Games have the podcast, they had a Vatsim controller on, actually the gentleman who runs FS Expo, and he was talking about the process to become a Vatsim controller, and then how you have, how do you become a controller, just to become a controller, and then to become a controller in, say, like New York or Kennedy. The process is extremely lengthy. So I don't want to knock anybody here. I don't want to make it unprofessional, but I do think it's interesting as we do this grading system. And who knows, maybe they'd like to see the feedback in the future. Oh, Fly Guy says Captain Canada's paying O'Hare penalty box on his stream? Oh no. I've been in that penalty box way too many times, man. Rex Royce says, I just left Jack's controllers asleep. Sin City, $5 bomb. Thank you so much, man. Joining you in the madness tonight as as Cactus 1205 should be fun. Sin City, awesome, man. Was that you? Yeah, that's you back here. I thought I saw those numbers. You were there in Myrtle with me. I think.
25, 31,
look at that. We spaced it out. 30 in trail where they spaced us out. But I think we were smart going out of Myrtle Beach. It just worked out perfectly. There's a nice vertical sim airport. I have never flown there on stream, I don't think, or I don't even think I've flown to Myrtle in X-Plane at all. And I was just in Myrtle Beach on last Sunday, so why not? Let's go to Myrtle we'll kind of slide in under the radar. We don't have to sit in the penalty box. D-Lee says, on takeoff, do you wrap your fingers forward of the thrust levers prior to V1, ready to pull back and then move the palm?
357, clear direct, Oscar, Romeo, Foxtrot.
Direct to Oscar, Norfolk, Cactus 357. Direct to Norfolk, insert. Yeah, these guys sound asleep. It's pretty much straight ahead. That's fine. We're 30, climbing 3.5. Are we heavy enough? 350.
2731. Request leave the flight deck for about 5 minutes.
JFK is in there. Dealey, you got a good question. So he's asking basically, where do you put your hands on the thrust levers? So the captain, at least in the U.S., I don't know if this is true across the board. I've seen some airlines, especially older aircraft like the 747-200s and stuff, where actually both pilots would put their hands on the thrust levers for the takeoff roll. Most common in the U.S. anyway, is what I'm only speaking to, is the captain is the one that rides the thrust levers during the takeoff roll. So if the FO is flying, he'll set the thrust, whether it be Toga or flex, and then he'll remove his hand from the thrust levers, and the captain will put his hands here. Now, when I'm going down the runway prior to V1, you have to be, there's 2 stages of a takeoff roll. So the first stage is your low speed regime, and that is going to be defined differently depending on who you work for. best way to do it is between 0 and 100 knots. Now, I believe it's like 73 knots or something on the Airbus. A lot of things come alive, so realistically, 80 knots is a good call. So 80 knots, but Airbus uses 100 knots. Either way, the point is 0 to 100 knots, you're in what's called the low speed regime on the takeoff roll. At this point, you are pretty much in a no-go mindset. If anything pops up here, amber or red, you're going to reject the takeoff, most likely. There's a few select items that you're probably just going to be okay with. You're going to keep rolling and keep going. A hot brake would be one of those. I'll talk about that in a minute, if I remember. But once you hit 100 knots, you're now what's called the high-speed regime on the takeoff roll. So at this point on the takeoff roll, you are really only aborting for a few select things. Engine fire or failure, to name 3 of like the 5 that you would probably 100% reject for. A big one now that's come out recently is unreliable airspeed. That is now a newest OB from Airbus, which we should talk about that too, because they've changed our procedures here for our speed callouts. But anything after 100 knots, you're now go-minded. So a go-mind, we forgot to start this clock. So there's a few select things that you're gonna reject for, and at that point, yeah, my hands are moving slightly on the thrust lever. So prior to V1, I'm pretty much over the TRs. I got my fingers ready to reject them. Now at 100 knots, I still keep my fingers there, but I rock my hand back ever so slightly, just to kind of give me a fraction of a second of thinking, because you don't want to reject for something that you're not supposed to reject for, especially in the high-speed regime, because rejecting a takeoff at, say, 115 knots may be more dangerous than to continue the takeoff. So I don't move my hand a lot. I just have a little bit, I kind of shift the weight on my palm. It's kind of hard to explain without showing you physically. Cargo door, believe it or not, is not a reject item.
So the 1728 to Washington Center, good evening.
Steve, what's going on, man? I was on a long tangent there. I missed a lot of guys coming in the chat. Steve, what's up, man? Welcome. Good evening. Approaching Salt Lake and the CRJ. You inspired me, Steve. I hope it's going well, man. Dougal, what's going on? Good to see you here, bud. Way past bedtime. Dougal, I'm surprised you're up, man. It is way past. It's past my bedtime almost. Not quite, but we're getting there. All right, we're leveling 350. Seatbelt sign is on. Quick systems check here.
Washington Center, Endeavor 4882, 9.2 for 12,000, direct storming.
Endeavor.
American 628, Washington.
All right, I want to turn down. What do I want to turn down? I want to turn X-Pilot up. We're going to turn X-Plane all the way down a little bit here. We're going to go outside. It's still loud.
American 1012, contact Washington 120.97. 120.97, thanks for your help. American 1012. Yep.
2. All right, we're back. There we go. That's better on the sound volume.
Washington Center, Endeavor 4882, 11.1 for 12.
Chasing Clouds says, how do I like the Bravo? This might surprise some of you guys here. So, believe it or not, I've actually switched the bindings for the Airbus now. I'm no longer using the TCA thrust levers. I'm actually using my Bravo thrust levers. And the big point of that, big reason of that is because the direction or the length of throw is so much more realistic on the Bravo than it is on the Thrustmasters that I kind of like it better. Now we'll see more. Maybe I'll turn the thrust off on the approach up here and I'll do an actual hand-flown approach again. But I still use the engine start switches and the ignition start selector on the TCA, but I've removed the bindings for throttles 1 and 2. Jeremy says, during low-speed regime, do you board if you hear the ding or you give yourself time? You always want to read the ECAM. You want to read the ECAM, Jeremy. You gotta identify it. There's you're definitely more jumpy, but you always want to look at it. You never just want to blatantly do something in an airplane, whether it's a takeoff roll, whether it's an approach. You never want to do something blindly, so always want to look at it. Just at least glance at it, see what it is. And that's one thing you train for in the sim quite a bit. Carnage, well, yes, wingtip fences, I got them fixed. I ended up, so I put the livery in the wrong airplane that didn't have the IAE mod on it, so I had to switch that around, but we got it going now. Thank you, Carta. Maximilian says you wanted to talk about hot brakes on takeoff. Oh, Max, that's a good point. So I did say hot brakes is kind of the exception to the rule for an aborted takeoff. The reason for this being is, think about it. If you get a hot brake ECAM, it's going to go off at 300C, and you're doing 110 knots, and your rotation speed is 135. Rejecting with hot brakes, there is a potential for several things. One, degraded braking, because you don't know how hot the brakes are, so that you may have a degraded braking. If they're already hot and you reject the takeoff, you're going to really heat those brakes up to the point where you probably are going to blow a fuse plug, which is essentially a tire. There's safety plugs in the tires and the landing gear. You're probably going to call them fuse plugs. You're probably going to blow the fuse plugs. So, and the third thing is, if you reject the takeoff because you had hot brakes, you've got really hot brakes now. Let's say you don't blow a fuse plug, but now your brakes are so hot that it's actually a hazard to the airplane. Should you have a hydraulic leak or something, you're going to have to wait for probably 20-30 minutes at a hot brake area on the airport. They'll actually send you over there, taxi you over to a hot brake area, and you're going to sit there for 30 minutes, wait for your brakes to cool down with a fire truck standing by. So that is why a hot brake is looked upon. It's situational. How long is the runway? How hot are the brakes? What is the exact situation? But it is genuinely safer to continue the takeoff roll and rotate and just keep the gear down, because to keep the gear down as you climb out, they're going to cool way faster than they would if you're sitting in a hot brake area stagnant. So that's kind of the hot brake issue. Cactus 357, we're doing 7-8. We got a nice little tailwind there, 63 knots. Holy crap. Man, that looks good, though, doesn't it?
458, is there any way for 80? 8.1's,
Tyler, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on board, man.
Yep, JetBlue 458, maintain Mach 0.80.
Berto, 360, what's up? Southern California heat wave for you, huh? Welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you on board. Pedro, so the engine mod, which let's take a little closer look now that we're here in cruise. So these engines, let me get way ahead. Look at that. This is the Carta Realistic Engine Mod. They are not yet publicly available. Release is soon, TM. But you kind of saw these. You did see these engines on the Flight Factor. But now we got them on the 19 and the 21 as well. Look at this pylon. Looks so good. This is my favorite part, though, is the inlet. He's nailed the inlet. So the old IAE mod, which was good, I liked it. I used it a lot. I was a big advocate for that one. But it did have an incorrect shape. This has got the perfect shape, and you can really see this when you do a landing and you select thrust reverse. You can really see the shape of the engine come to life when the reverser doors slide back. So we'll highlight that on the replay. But again, Carta Joel, huge shout out for his contributions here in the X-Plane community. I use his engines on everything. I use his Neo engines, I use his 330 engines, I use his Airbus engines. He's officially ruined default engines for me now. And depending on what livery you have, there's some really nice undergrease on here. Like you see these nice slick marks. This is what I love. Look at this wear here. All streaked out perfectly because that's the direction of airflow. Obviously, this is so realistic looking. I've got the T2 probe up in there. And then, of course, you've got all the latches and cowlings. Make sure the fan cowl doors are fully latched when closed. Those are down here. Jason G, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the $10 bomb. I really appreciate that. It says, great stream. Jason, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support. Glad you're enjoying the stream, man. Welcome aboard. Lucian, is it a free mod?
Yeah, 2112.
They've all been free previously.
Toga 112. Roger, thanks. You're Mach 74, correct?
I wanted to post something. Now I'm sure when they are released to the public, I'll do another stream. But Carter's done a lot as far as engines, a lot of work, a lot of time and effort. He does have a PayPal link, so if you do want to buy him a coffee, I suggest you do so there, at that link right there. I know you don't have engines yet, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Buy him a coffee, especially for all his work with the Neo engines. Look at this. Max torque 275. I mean, the detail is just next level on this.
At the transition, Mach 77, Endeavor 4882.
Okay, that's kind of a cool shot. Let me get it just perfect. I'm not gonna lie, that's a unique angle I haven't seen before. James, $5 Canadian, I appreciate it. He says, those X-Plane default, thanks for the great content, Theo and James. I appreciate your support. Thank you for that $5 donation. They are, the only cloud model I have is Active Sky HD. So I don't know if that actually changes the clouds or not, but it's Active Sky. I don't have any other mods for that, or any other weather mods, just Active Sky HD clouds. Tyler, $10 donation. Thank you, sir. He says 202 into JFK. Wow. It's going to be an interesting night. Thank you, Tyler, for that $10 donation. I really appreciate that. We're going to be looking at our fuel here momentarily. Sin City, 11-month membership. Coming up on the 1 year and one more month. Whew. That's awesome. Thank you, Sin City, for your support, man. I appreciate that. Why is this still loud still? Oh, look at these. A little PBR action. Let's go back outside, actually. That's still one of my favorite shots right there. Can you overspeed the landing lights? Believe it or not, no, you cannot. Now, you extend those suckers at 330 knots, you're going to hear it. Thank you, Lauren. I agree. I think this is one of the best liveries designed.
Sorry, Raleigh approach 124.95.
Phase 1 says maybe one day we'll get Carter's Neo engines and Hot Shots Neo sounds. That would be the ultimate. Navy Land Sub says, if I'm not mistaken, Carter's engines got put in the Batavia mod for the flight factor. So Navy Land, the original IAE engine mod was not Carter's. That was another gentleman who actually works for TorqueSim, and he created those engines and then released them to the public. So Carter did not create the original IAE engine mod. But I believe the one that you're referring to is that mod, as the original IAE mod in the Batavia pack. I agree, Anthony. Ryan Wilson, the only mods I have are Orbix, Active Sky. That's all I'm running. And then I got the add-ons. Toliss, obviously.
Half the VATS in the USA service just died, so everyone is like flashing offline for me. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Active Toga, if I'm negative, you're fine. Okay, understood. I just got a warning saying we were disconnected for failing to respond, so just wanted to verify.
Making sure everything's good.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, no. Donation.
Benny. Ooh, that's a good shot right there. I like that. Benny, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the $10 donations. Love the stream. Carter V1 simulations for the win. Yes, sir.
And Endeavor 4882, we dropped, but we're back as well.
Thank you for your support, Benny. I appreciate that. Cheers to you, man. Thank you. D, we need a DC-10. Well, that MD-11 is supposed to be coming out at some point, right? No Batavia mod, Diego. This is Carter's realistic engine mod, but it's not yet released. How do I get rid of this stupid thing? I remember I did it one time. Input operating system, settings.
JetBlue 715, flight level 370, checking in.
715, thank you.
Tyler, you're getting vectored already for spacing in New York?
I'm not describing.
We should probably pay attention.
Talk, there's just immediately another JetBlue 7152 that's talking. I'm not sure if that's just an observer or not, but I got you. Good evening.
All right, let's not get caught here. Let's go ahead and let's get our JFK stuff out just so we have it. We're going to be
Cactus
on the
357, Washington 120.97.
2097, Cactus 357. Good night.
American 2731, contact Washington 120.
Okay, so we'll stand by on that. Center, good evening, Cactus 357. We're level 350.
Cactus 357, Washington Center, Roger.
All right, so for Washington, the first Washington Center, I didn't see anything wrong with his professionalism.
Washington, good day, American 2731.
We'll give him a 5. His efficiency, we'll give him, he gave me a direct, so we'll give him a 5.
American 2731, sorry, you're calling second.
His patience is a tough one. It's patience / attitude. I'm gonna give him a 4 as well because I don't know. Maybe he's just really tired.
Washington Center,
I appreciate him being online and his knowledge. I don't see anything wrong with his knowledge. I'll definitely give him a 5.
Descend to 10,000 or continue descending past 10,000?
It's at and maintain 10,000, so maintain 10,000.
Roger, maintain
So he
10,000.
gets 19 out of 20 total points. And this is not to knock him. It's just for my own tracking. Maybe, you know, Vatsim will like to hear it. But patience, I should have, if I had more space. That's more like patience / attitude, really. I mean, I don't know why they seem so depressed to be online tonight, but I understand that it's probably been a long night, and I don't know the ins and outs of if Vatsim is making them work or not, but I appreciate each and every single one of them taking the time to just be on and give us ATC services, but the ranking or the rating just gives us something to do in the meantime. And it's going to make it, we're going to make it really hard to get 20 points. All right, arrival. I don't know what runway they're landing yet, so we're going to stand by. Carbon 4 is very simple. Expect 11 at Hogs. So let me just throw that in there right now so I have some.
Bravo Kilo, contact Washington Center 133.12.
Audio to Washington 133.12. Thanks for your help.
11. Just so I have something to reference here on the
Cactus
ND.
357, do not exceed Mach 79.
Roger, not exceed Mach 79, Cactus 357. All right, we're doing 7.8, so that's fine. What I can do, I can just select speed 7.9 just to make sure we don't exceed it. Get ready to see an X-plane sunset. Ooh, let's hang out here for a minute.
Delta 5354, contact Norfolk Bridge 119.45.
1945, Delta 5354, see ya.
Center American 2731, request leave the flight deck for about 10 minutes.
American 2731, say again.
Request to leave the cockpit for about 10 minutes.
Rigor says currently the Vatsim servers are struggling with the amount of traffic as well, so that presents another dynamic they have to deal with. Yeah, I mean, no doubt they sound overworked and tired and stressed out. I mean, this is a lot of controllers online. Oh my gosh. Let's see, just see roughly here what we got on the map. Oh my gosh, look at the conga lines. What is this? This got to be Charlotte. This has got to be Charlotte. That's Norfolk. Wow, there's a lot of traffic. Who's coming out of Norfolk? And then what's over here? Richmond. Wow, Norfolk is loaded.
Washington Center, Endeavor 4882, flight level 310, Mach 75.
Let's go Batastic
Endeavor
here.
4882, Washington Center, Roger.
Washington Center, Delta 841, checking in with you, flight level 370, Mach 81.
Oh my
Delta
goodness.
841, Washington Center, hello, direct to RADS.
Direct RADS, Delta 841.
Look at this map. Oh my goodness. How do I make this a little bit less here?
Cactus 357, descend and maintain, follow 310.
Send to flight level 310, Cactus 357.
Delta 841, descend and maintain, follow 310.
Open descent, down we go.
Center maintain, flight level 310. Can you give me the direct 2 again? I have not seen it on my flight.
It's direct RADS, Romeo Alpha, Delta Delta.
Ryan, you're on delay
Delta
vector over
Delta
DC right now? Man. The Vat-tastic map is absolutely crazy right now. I just closed it. There is so much traffic online right now. I feel for these guys.
Washington Center, good evening, JetBlue 283, flight level 340, direct Norfolk.
Man, that guy's so loud.
JetBlue 283 Washington, roger. Cactus 357, maintain Mach 80.
Maintain Mach 80, Cactus 357.
Delta 841, maintain, actually that's correct.
80 selected.
Endeavor 4882, maintain Mach 79.
Mach 79, Endeavor 4882.
I feel like I know that voice on Endeavor 4882. Citation Max is working ground at Kennedy. Awesome. Cam, I know there's going to be some people holding for sure. If we can escape this without a hold, that'd be awesome. So how we look at, what was our divert fuel? Let's look at quick fuel here. So gate fuel. Alternate takes 3,000 to get to Philly. So let's look at some fuel numbers real quick. Go to the fuel page here on the McDo. Basically, we have 3.8 extra, which means as of right now, well, that's landing at Philly was 0. I don't like that. Final, extra, 5% route reserve. So I look at, according to this, we need 3,000 to get there. Basically, extra minus fuel on board gives you divert fuel. So if we got down to around 6,000 pounds in a hold, as of right now, we'd probably be banging out towards Philly. That is our alternate. But right now, we're looking good with 310, 80 on the speed, out cruise. We haven't done any flybys. Let's do a flyby. Benny, Captain Canada is still on the ground at O'Hare. Wow. He started early, didn't he? I thought we all did a pretty good job of spacing out when we were going to start streaming. What's the status of XP's? Is he still in Atlanta? Or Charlotte? I keep saying Atlanta. BEA beautiful engines, though. This is, I'm even more excited to throw them on the 321 now. We need some good Asian liveries for these Airbuses, because after today, we're right back to the Asia Pacific tour. No more USA flying. Sin City, you just got turned south for spacing? Oh no, don't tell me that. What's your call sign, Sin City? Oh, you're back here. Are you back here? No, you're not Delta. Which one were you, Sin City? I'm just looking at this map here of the close proximity traffic. XP72 is on hold for 1 hour and 12 minutes at Charlotte. Wow. Sinbad the Nomad, what's going on, man? The FNO is fingers crossed, Sinbad the Nomad. We're doing good right now. I think what saved us is departing Myrtle Beach and getting in the queue. So this is one thing. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here, real life. Hold on, I was trying to pull up XP stream. Check in on XP, but I don't know if I'll get copyright. I was trying to set up my picture-in-picture here. Anyway, so little known secret about edict times and expect departure clearance times. In real life, a lot of times you're going to get a edict time or expect departure clearance time from air traffic control. That time, let's just use an example. Let's say it's 6 p.m. and your scheduled departure was 5:15, so you got a 45-minute delay. A lot of the times, if you go out there and hold and get in position, number one, it gets you off block, so it starts the pay clock. You start getting paid. Number two, it also, and I'd have to speak more with Phantom about this as a real controller, but when slots become available, if you're out there ready to go, you could have a potential to go early. Now, you can also get hosed by this technique by getting off the gate and going out there and waiting in a hold pad, because then you could do you could activate the tarmac delay program, where you're going to start approaching that 3-hour max limit, where you're going to have to go back to the gate because passengers can't keep passengers on the airplane on the ground without giving them a chance to deplane for more than 3 hours. So right at about an hour and a half, people start to get a little bit antsy, and in about 2 hours, you start looking at a gate return. So that's one of the techniques that you use, and I kind of thought that, hey, that's what we're going to do for this FNO. We're going to go Myrtle where there's no traffic. We're going to get out there. We're going to hold short of the runway. So all he has to do is release us for takeoff, and that gets us going towards New York. As long as we start getting towards New York, airplanes in the air take precedence over airplanes on the ground. So if you're still on the ground, you may be sitting down on the ground for a long time waiting for a release time, whereas if you had taken off, they're going to work you in. Vatsim servers keep crashing every 30 seconds. That's not good. Uh-oh. Curtis Kepkana still hasn't left O'Hare. Oh my goodness. I'm glad we didn't go to O'Hare. We would have been in big trouble because we started even after him, so we'd be way after Cap Canada. Oh my goodness. I know we're not looking at engines right now. How about that view? How about that view? Alright, Vatsim's definitely having issues. Sam, what's up, man? He says, what if you go below min takeoff fuel, or would you go and just run the APU? So, Sam, that's where that's where experience, nothing will top experience in that situation, because yes, you have a min takeoff fuel. So you go out there and sit with both engines running, you're definitely going to be burning gas. You're going to run into a potential fuel problem. Now, view, look at that. Look at which one? Hold on.
Express 219, research
So,
transponder squawk 35.
fuel is definitely an issue, Sam. One of the best things to do, though, is we always ask, like, okay, if it's more, my personal rule, if it's more than 15 minutes, I'm going to shut down both engines. If it's 15 minutes or less, I'm just going to sit there with one engine running, shut the APU off, we'll do a cross-bleed start.
Same off number.
Now, but if it's more than 15 minutes, run the APU, shut them both down. But you also have to keep into account that maybe is your APU deferred? If you make sure you have a working APU, make sure you don't have any MELs or CDLs that would affect that type of operation. So as long as you have a working aircraft where you can do that, that definitely comes into play. And also starting engines is crucial. So another tip, if you're sitting out there at the ramp and you're with 30 other airplanes waiting to go, when they call for taxi out, if you're not ready, guess who they're calling? The guy right behind you. So if your engines, especially in somewhere like O'Hare where you're lined up parallel and you can taxi out of sequence instead of just being in a line. If you're in a line on a taxiway, there's really nothing they can do. But if you're all kind of spread out where anybody can start moving first, if you're not ready to go, then the next guy behind you is going to get called out to go and fill that slot. So, wow.
33.4 to 430.
76 Delta Charlie, Washington Center, Roger. Stop your climb, maintain for level 340 30.
Ears.
Stop your climb at 340.
So, you always want to make sure that your engines are ready to go and you haven't started. Nothing can really substitute for experience in that case, because it's kind of a game of, it's actually gambling really when you think about it. Like, okay, when do I start? He said it's in 10 minutes, but that guy's getting clearance to go early. Should I start now? If you start on too early, then you're going to start burning into that fuel again.
Maintain follow 330, turn left turn heading 350, vectors for spacing.
Was that last call for JetBlue 458?
Affirm, left 350, altitude 3.
Anderson C, I think the only more vivid color thing is, what's it called? X-Vision. X-Vision. I don't even know if it still works anymore. I did have X-Vision installed.
357, contact Washington Center, 133.12.
3312, Cactus 357, so. That sounded like a new controller from the first guy. When we first checked on it with somebody else.
Confirm the speed for 2731.
American 1012, clear direct to Hog.
Direct Hogs, American 1012.
American 2731, that's 40 right, 250
Uh-oh, 40 right, that doesn't
40
sound
clear right,
good.
250 knots, 2731.
We're approaching the top of decent if they want
Altitude
hogs at
10,
11.
confirm the frequency for us was 118.9.
It's going to start getting busy right now, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the real one. 125.32. 125.32, alright, Delta 210, good night. Number 211 Lima Alpha, the Atlantic City altimeter is 3002, I show you 300 feet high.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we'll check 3002.
American 1012, cross Hogs at flight level 180 and maintain 300 knots. cross hogs at flight level 180, maintain 300 knots for American 10-12.
Washington Center, good evening, Cactus 357, level 310.
Cactus 357, after RADS, turn 30 degrees right and maintain 250 knots. Vectors in trail spacing Kennedy.
Okay, RADS, I don't believe RADS is on our flight plan. Can we verify the fix?
You would have just passed it actually. Cactus 457, just turn 30 right, maintain 250 knots.
30 right, 250 on the speed, Cactus 357.
American 10-12, contact New York Center 125.32.
So we're at 040, make it 070,
Yeah.
and
American
250
2731,
indicated.
descend and maintain flight level 180.
We'll go indicated speed. We'll see how low we can go. We may not be able to
Cactus
do...
357, descend and maintain flight level
There we go.
180.
Well, that'll definitely help. Now we can slow down. Descend and maintain flight level 180, Cactus 357. 180 is set. We're on open descent heading, slowing to 250 knots.
I just want to confirm for American 10-12, 12532.
125.32 for American 10-12.
Let's help him out here. Let's get down a little bit faster. A little spoid brake action.
Okay, that'll do it, thank you. And I'll launch worse in a few minutes, reference traffic.
Well, that's not working. Dang it. I like the idea, but it doesn't seem to be working very well on that. I'll have to get a separate thing we can tabulate next time. But I would have given that guy 19 out of 20 as well. This guy sounds much more spicy, though. Friday Night Madness, yep. We're slowing to 250, brakes are out. May have to adjust, I don't know if I want to adjust time of day or should we land at night. All right, 250 on the speed, 30 descending 180. Let's go ahead and set up for the, let's see what the ATIS is. What last thing we want to do is start getting behind. So let's get Kennedy ATIS online. Let's see what it is. We'll set up the box for that. Kennedy 330 at 14, 3003. Approach 31 right and 31 left. And I have 31 left in the box. Perfect. And next phase, here we go. 3003. Temperature of 21. Magnetic wind is 330 at 14. That looks good. And let's pull up the approaches here. We're going to do, I'm planning on 3-1, right? Does it say low level wind shear approaching is 3-1 right? Final. Yeah. Sometimes they say select runway for transition. Alright, that looks good. Approach Benny, I see that. I'll get that 1 second here. 3-1 left. I just want to be ahead of the game all the way down. I don't want to be behind at any point for tonight's stream. So 314 is set. 250 on the speed, descending 180, 30 right, 070 on the heading. We're looking good. Okay, back out to the juice.
Pansy and maintain 300 knots.
Benny, let's see your question here, sir. What's the difference between the descent and the open descent in the Airbus and when to use that? Benny. So think of it this way. Anytime you pull the altitude knob, whether you pull with an altitude selected above you or you pull with an altitude selected below you, you are commanding what is called an open climb or descent. This is going to give you maximum performance climb. So your engines are going to be all the way at climb thrust. It's going to set a static thrust of climb thrust, and it's going to go whatever speed you have in the box, whether it's your managed speed or you have a selected speed, and it's going to climb the best it can with that speed selected. Descent, same is true. We have 250 selected now in this example, so if I pull for open descent, what's going to happen is the thrust is going to come back to idle. We're going to get our best rate of descent at idle thrust at 250 knots. So the airplane essentially is pitching for 250 knots in the descent. Now if you are to push that knob, let's say you push it in for climb. If you push it in and you're climbing, you have an altitude selected above you, you're still going to get your max performance climb. The thrust is going to be set at climb thrust unless you have a vertical restriction.
357, no delay through 21.
No delay through 21, Cactus 357. Spoiled brakes coming out. So if you have a speed, or I'm sorry, not a speed. If you have an altitude restraint, like maybe on a departure out of Vegas, the airplane will level in managed climb mode when you push it in. In open climb mode, it won't. It's going to blow right through that restriction. So it's important, if you want to manage the airplane, we mash the button in. Same goes for descent. If I were to pull for a descent, open descent, it's going to blow through any restriction I have in the flight plan. If I push it in or mash it, manage the descent, it's going to obey all of the restrictions, theoretically, in the flight plan. So that's the difference. When you pull it, you're just asking for max climb, max descent at idle thrust. That's what you're asking for. And when you manage it, you're asking it to manage the flight plan with the altitude and speed.
Cactus 357, clear direct to Hogs.
Direct to Hogs, Cactus 357.
Number 4882, Washington Center, Roger. Turn
this
right.
Guy's good. I like this guy.
00, maintain 25.
This guy's on point tonight. So we're hustling down 2,900 feet. Let's go and get the seatbelt sign on.
Right turn to heading 100, and we're still flight level 310. We're at Mach 81 currently.
I know. Turn right 100 and reduce speed to 250.
Alright, reduce speed 250, right turn heading 100, Denver 4882.
November 211 Lima Alpha, contact New York Center 125.32.
Hustle through 21. Back on profile. Spoil brake it in. So, Benny, right now I'm thrust idle open descent. So, if I add speed brakes, it's going to increase my rate of descent because the airplane is pitching for 250 knots.
This is just silliness.
Now,
I can't see anything anymore.
If I manage the descent and I added
heading
speed brakes,
130.
what's going to happen is it's still going to maintain speed. It's actually going to thrust up. So it would be
Are any of you
counterintuitive.
guys getting disconnected from the network? We're having a lot of controllers getting kicked off intermittently.
That's a very basic
At least it's not just us. It just makes it
exclamation
really hard to do anything.
explanation. I feel bad for these controllers, man. Look at this engine. Carta, this pylon work is... This pylon looks so good, Carta.
Canadian Express 219 Washington, Center Roger, clear direct to Heckman.
Sam, I agree. They look release ready myself.
JetBlue 450.
Sin City, you're just over in Norfolk?
Turn
Wow.
Roger to descend and maintain, or just to reduce speed to 250 for JetBlue
So that's
458.
Salisbury. He's still further south. I would say that we got off just in time, guys. That SIB wanted to load the network tonight. We are sure loading it up.
Level 230.
Level 230, Endeavor 4882.
Now, Benny, just think of it. If you want to manage the airplane to meet your restrictions, push it in.
Contact New York Center 125.32.
Yeah, we tried getting some confident that
Dealey, I agree, man. I like Active Sky. I got no issues with it. I think it looks good. Good enough for me.
American 2731, contact New York Center 125.32.
125.32, 2731.
Delta 717, descend and maintain flight level 180.
That's flight level 180.
Yeah, Carter, I think he did. I mean, look at this. I'm going to zoom. Look at this.
Express 219, I know
Hinge
that.
access panel. I mean, this is...
Delta 841, clear direct to Hawk.
They're real life. They are real life.
Clear direct to Hawk,
Seems like we're
Delta
leveling here.
841.
Let's come back in here. Check it out.
JetBlue 458. Turn right heading
180,
150.
direct hogs.
That is not a joke. And descend and maintain flight level 290.
Okay, right turn 150 down. One more time, get out to clear.
Now, I'm
descended
curious,
290,
why aren't they just putting people in a
458.
hold?
Alright, down 290.
Or are they
Cactus
holding?
450, Cactus
Like a-
357. Contact New York Center 125.32.
2532, Cactus 357, we'll see. That guy was good. I'd give him
5432, correct.
I'd give him fives across the board.
159, descend and maintain level 180. 180, Southwest 159. New York Center, American 1012 after Cameron, you want us to maintain heading? American 1012, fly present heading, yeah.
Center, good evening. Cactus 357, flight level 180.
Cactus 357, New York Center, roger.
Smitty, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. He says, happy Friday to you. Looks like you will be home with the fam before most of these guys get off the ground at their departure airports. Smitty, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, I think we lucked out. We definitely lucked out by departing Myrtle Beach uncontrolled. We got in the queue early and we got airborne, so I think that was crucial. That was a good call. I originally was going to go out of O'Hare up there with you guys, but I was talking to Citation Max and just thinking, you know what? I'm gonna dip out further south. We're not in queue. But thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're going to, hopefully, fingers crossed.
American 2731, descend and maintain 11000.
But you see all these holds here? This is what I'm curious. As much traffic as there is, I don't know why they aren't stacking people in the holds. I feel like in real life you'd be like, slow to 250, expect holding at Hogs or Cars or Cameron. Cameron's a big one, holding over Cameron. Actually, there was a DC-8 ran out of fuel. Avianca held at Cameron forever, shot and approached Kennedy, had to go around, came back around, ran out of fuel. Cameron is an iconic intersection for Kennedy. The amount of times I've held over Cameron, I'd probably have...
2731 traffic, 10 o'clock, 7 miles, left to right, a Challenger 300 at 170.
A Pan Am tail dragger?
What's the traffic now, 2731?
But yeah, so that's my only question is, I can see the map. So much traffic. I wonder why.
211 Lima Alpha, New York Center.
Why they're not stacking us up in the hold.
Actually, yeah, turn left heading 030 for now. Traffic.
The guy you were talking to works that area sector real world for DC Center Sprisk. That's awesome. I could tell he seemed on it. He seemed on it. I like that. That last controller that we had was the first 20 out of 20.
Southwest 318 cross, close that, maintain level 180.
D says they ended up having to vector them around because they botched the crap out of the hold and caused conflicts. Uh-oh.
South 318
Blue Mac, what's up, man? Welcome.
That and maintain level
707. Thank you, Cam. That's what it was. 707.
Cross Cope at maintain flight level 180, Southwest 318.
New York Center, Delta 841 with you, descending to 214.
So let's take another look at our gas here. Let's come back inside. He's got us high over Hogs, so I assume we might still get a hold at Cameron. Right now we've got 7.9 on board. We had, that's a lot of extra. So that's with me landing at 2,000? I don't think that's right. I think
211 Lima Alpha, turn left heading 220, descend and maintain 11000.
What we're going to do is we're going to add a flight plan here for Philly. I'm going to go Philly, arrival. I'm going to do nose star.
New York Center, good evening, Light Support 102 Echo Victor is about 5 miles southwest of Allentown, request at 1,200 feet, request flight following.
2 Echo Victor, flight plan's probably not going to be a possibility today.
Actually, erase that.
Roger, over to Unicom, good night, Light Support 102 Echo Victor.
Light Support.
Southwest 159, contact New York Center 120.02.
Pilots 27 right, Philly. Nose star. Approach via none.
Cactus 357, descend and maintain 11,000, maintain 250 knots.
Descend and maintain 11,000. We're doing 250 knots, Cactus 357. All right, 11,000 blue, thrust idle open, descent, down we go. So what I did now is this is a real world tip here I'm giving you as well. So in the Airbus box, when you load an alternate, so you see we have Philly as our alternate, it's basically calculating your gas direct to the airport without an approach. So what you do is you scroll all the way down where you see Philly in blue and you select it just like you're selecting the airport, their primary, for an approach. So I selected Philly. I've loaded the ILS 27 left over Martin. That'll give me, 2,800 feet. So that should theoretically give me more gas to burn, which would then lower my extra, which this doesn't seem 100% accurate. This page is a little outdated. I'm going to have to fiddle with that. We're going to have to do some mental calculations. What's the meter down here? And center for Cactus 3%. You got a current altimeter in the sector?
29er.
299, Cactus 357, thanks. So he should have given us altimeter descending below 18.
And Challenger 11 Lima Alpha.
1016 is set. 11 blue, we're still coming down.
New York Center.
That's the engine shot right there.
16, which you flight level 0.
Fubar says, hey everyone, how was the wait before takeoff? Wasn't long at all, man. We snuck out of Myrtle.
300 knots, direct Hogs at 180.
There are 4882 New York Center, roger.
We were able to slip out of Myrtle with no delay.
Approach 12812.
Freedom, sneak in VFR. So believe it or not, Freedom, I was actually asked one time, I was departing Philly.
Contact approach 12812.
Oh no, I think it was Charleston, and we were going to
Cactus 357, amend altitude, maintain 13,000, turn left heading 360, vector for sequence.
All right, 13,000, stop the descent, a left turn 360, cactus 357. All right,
Delta
triple
841,
zeros on the heading, 13,000, blue.
250 knots.
Yeah, the flight level 130.
Wow, this is a
maintain
beautiful
250 knots, Delta 8.
sunset, though. I kind of want to continue to back it up. Should I back it up so we don't land in the dark, or do we land at
Dear
night?
Center, Delta
Look at
1227,
that.
flight level 350.
So I was in,
Delta
where was
1227.
I think I might have been in Myrtle or Charleston. Probably was Charleston. I don't know, somewhere, a smaller airport, like a Class D airport, I think it, well, I don't think it's Class C. Anyway, a smaller airport down there in the southeast, and I was going to LaGuardia, and it's either LaGuardia or Philly, I can't remember where I was going. But eventually, we sat on the gate for, I don't know, 4 hours, door open so passengers could deplane. And
No,
then
841 maintain
it was a one leg that day, so we had all the duty time in the world. That's the worst. When you have one leg and a bunch of delays, your flight duty period is a really long time, so you can be on duty for a very long night. So we sat on the gate for about 4 hours. We pushed off the gate. Eventually, we got an edict time. We taxi out there, and then they say, oh, no, latest update, they're shutting down all the arrival corridors again. The next update will be in an hour. And this happened 2 or 3 times. And we're approaching tarmac delay time now at this point. And the controller comes on and he's like, yeah, you know, Brickyard, you guys know I used to work for Brickyard. It's like, you guys want to go VFR out of here and then I can get you
Cactus
it's like,
357,
no.
descend and maintain 11,000.
Send a 11,000, get to 357. I was like, yeah, I don't think we can get out of here VFR, unfortunately. But I was very tempted to get out. I actually messaged the dispatchers like, hey, they say we can depart VFR and then go at 10,000 feet or something, but you need a lot of gas, and it just wasn't, dispatch wasn't having it, so. But yeah, I've been asked to go VFR. One time on a citation jet, I canceled
Delta
IFR, went
841, maintain
VFR. I was trying to go to
11,000.
Vegas out of Scottsdale.
1,000.
They had us flying east on a heading of 090 essentially for, I
Delta
don't know, 30 miles. So I was like, you know, we're going to Vegas and Nevada. And the controller's like, yeah, there's a bunch of flow going in there. We need you vector your way out. And I was like, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and cancel IFR. Request flight following at 17.5. And we flew to Vegas VFR. Ended up picking up a pop-up IFR a little bit closer to the airport.
Cactus 357, turn right heading 090.
090, Cactus 357. Whoa. So I have canceled before. 090 on the heading. We're doing S-turns on the way. All the way to Kennedy, we're doing S-turns. Captain Canada and XP are still on the ground. Oh, jeez. Oh, he just released the parking brake. Wow. He started at... Did he start at 6 o'clock my time? Has he been on the ground 2 hours? No. Surely it hasn't been 2 hours.
There 4882, descend and maintain 11,000.
Descend and maintain 11,000. We have 8 Kilo Endeavor 4882.
Lauren V, you're number 2 to depart, and there are 2 arrivals for 3-1 left. Spooled up, and engine 2 too early seems. Uh-oh. Do your SOPs allow for VFR? Yeah, there's a certain... Yeah, we can depart VFR. There's some airports, especially South America, that you have to depart VFR. I don't think... You know what there is? I think there is 1 or 2 in the U.S., or in the contiguous 48 states, I should say, that we do VFR. But yeah, we are allowed to depart VFR. There's a couple stipulations that have to be met, but yes, it is doable. But no, you can't just not go IFR and fly at 10,000 feet because there's too much traffic. That's one thing that's not how it's supposed to be used.
And just
2
FYI
hours
for
right
around
now.
frequency, the servers are still acting up while controllers are coming on and off, so stay with me. I will get you inbound as soon as I can.
I'm going to keep walking the sunset.
Delta
just a
1227,
tad.
cross news at maintain level 270.
I don't want it to go too dark yet.
Cross news at level 270.
So he was 2 hours on the ground? Jeez.
Cactus 357, contact approach 12812.
Who was that for? Who was that for?
Cactus 357, 128.12.
2812, Cactus 357, we'll see ya. 2812 is up. That guy was good. I like that controller. He was on it. Let's get the latest ATIS here.
United 8026, 8026, descend.
Oh my gosh, this guy sounds stressed.
Descend 8,000, United 86.
Yeah, I think we're having a lot of connectivity issues. It seems like a lot of us are getting kicked off the network. I'm not sure what's going on.
This guy sounds stressed.
And good evening, Derek Vento, Cafe 46 Heavy, east of LaGuardia, about 5 miles now, flightable 190.
Yeah, Cafe 846, make the heading 230, descend to 16,000, please.
230 down to 16, 846.
It's like I've got no radar, but I'm talking to you guys at the same time. This is out of control. I don't know what's going on here. This is terrible.
Approach, good evening, Cactus 357. We're adding to the problem. We'll level 11,250 knots.
Approach Delta 69 Heavy, you got us back on the scope yet?
No, I don't think any of us do. We're like so far down the smoker right now that Cafe 85 requesting speed towards it, requesting a diversion to Washington Staff.
This is Meltdown City.
Just take a minute here. The servers are splitting and everything's crashing. We're trying to work with it.
So what I would do is say don't call them unless you've been called, probably. All right, we do have to start looking at our gas seriously here. So
Okay, can anyone hear me on this frequency now? I'm back up. I hope this works.
we got you loud and clear.
5.
Okay, so everybody on my frequency, just plan 31 left for now. Don't respond. Just plan 31 left, and just bear with me. It's like a Vatsim issue. Frontier Flight 365, you respond. Turn left, heading 080, descend to 2,000 feet.
Look at that water. It looks freaking
United
juice.
8026, turn left, heading
But I want to see
130,
the
go to
engines, but I want to
4,000.
see the water. I'm so conflicted where I should put the camera.
130 down, 4,000 feet, United 8026.
Very good. Delta 152, I know you're with me. Heading 190, go to 16,000.
These guys, hats off to these guys, man, for putting up with this. I can't imagine. He never did get my check on him. I'm a little bit concerned we're going to fly out to England
If they
here.
come. Delta 152, yep.
This guy is Derek Ventro. He was a real-world Atlanta controller and now a real-world New York TRACON controller.
Delta
Awesome
69,
spec.
are you on frequency?
I bet I've talked to him in real life then.
Okay, it looks like your tag just repopulated.
It does sound
looks like all
familiar.
the tags are starting to pop up. Give me just a moment. Delta 69, turn left heading 200.
What concerns me right now is I checked on, I didn't get a response, his system crashed, and we're flying completely opposite direction of New York. So that concerns me. And I'm not gonna call him up until called, but if we get out past a certain mileage, I am gonna give him a call. Let's see, who is flight school question? Is flight school for getting a commercial and a type rating very expensive? Yes, Aviator. Any flight training is very expensive, especially type ratings. Type ratings are probably going to run you, depending on the jet, anywhere between $7,000 and $15,000+. So type ratings generally come with a job when you get hired. You know, they pay for the type rating. But getting a commercial license, you can do it. The cheapest way to do it would be through a local flight school. That would be your cheapest option. Crystal the Wolf, not out quite yet.
Damn, I used to love this network. Frontier Flight 365.
This guy just sounds like a New York
Go
controller.
ahead, Frontier Flight 365. Turn left heading 040 and maintain 5,000. Actually, make it 070 and 5,000.
Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do some contingency planning because
1 Lima Alpha heading 010, go to 2,000.
I want to go Prague picture. I need to keep position of where I am. So I like having Kennedy in there, but we're actually going to put a waypoint in there now. We're going to go
United
Zax.
8026, turn left 050.
Oh, are you kidding me?
050, left, United 8026.
Damn, this is out of control. Let's do this. Delta 69 Heavy, turn left heading 110 and descend to 13,000.
Stupid box.
11013.
I shouldn't have messed with the box. Are you kidding me? All this work? All that work for that. Should we see if we can load in position save? Might really piss them off. We're trying to load back in right now. I know you got a black screen. Yeah, I did resume last flight. We'll see what happens here, guys. Give me a second. We're reloading the stream. What's worrying me is my Streamlabs has not picked up X-Plane yet. Autosave now, apologize later. Alright, so I'm going to load in. We're back there.
Please check your
We'll
quarantine
let everything load
scripts
up.
folder.
Autosave situation. Let's see what happens. Dealy. Thank you for the $5 dono, man. He says, bummer about the crash, but thanks for answering all these questions from PPL-IR perspective. 121 real-world procedures are fascinating. Dealy, thank you so much for your $5 bump, man. I appreciate that. Oh, boy. I don't like what happened. It just kind of like froze. Like I selected load situation and it's not even loading that. Oh, now I got the blue circle of death there. Oh my gosh. Are we back? Oh my gosh, Vatsim's gonna be so pissed.
Cleared eye left, runway 31 left approach.
Can I get some power, please? Engines are coming up.
At 8026, very good. Maintain 180 knots to meals. Do not go any slower than that. 180 knots to meals and contact the tower.
Now we're going to be way behind on this guy. 2532. Center, good afternoon. Cactus 357, level 1000, 250 knots. We're on a heading of 090.
Cactus 357, your center radar contact east of Cameron. Turn heading 220.
Right turn 220, Cactus 357. Oh my gosh, Toliss for the frickin' win. But now we've lost our sequence. We were up here.
Left turn heading 040.
We've lost our sequence. Oh. Freedom BW, thank you for the $10 donation, man. Could try maybe Asia next time. Not quite, man. I got my landing gear lights on my Bravo are freaking out right now, but I think we're okay. We're just going to let it be. We're climb, EPR, 11,250. Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to mess with that prog page anymore. Do we have our perf data still set? We do. We have 31 left planned.
Cactus 357, continue the right turn all the way around 040 heading. Contact approach 12812.
All the way around 040, 28.2, Cactus 357. We're going to keep spinning that around 28.2, he said. I don't think that's a freak. What was that frequency again for Cactus 357?
Yeah, 357, 128.12.
12812. That's
Expedite to 2000.
04, we're giving their best down to 286.
All right, here we go. We had Kilo. Approach, good evening, Cactus 357. We're 1,250 knots in the right turn all the way around to 040 with Kilo.
Cactus 357, New York, thanks so much. Very good. Expect runway 31 left. Everybody on frequency, expect 31 left.
31 left, we'll expect that Cactus 357. All right.
FA 846 heavy, contact approach on
Toliss for the frickin' win, man. Toliss is just, Toliss is life.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Toliss.
030 down to 2,000 feet. Approach now is 132.
Freedom with another dono, $5. What a save. Thank you so much, sir. Zachary Jabara, thank you so much for the $5 bomb as well. Hopefully this will buy your next drink on this fiasco is over. Have my commercial single DPE next, right? Cheers, Bossman. Zach, absolute best of luck to you, sir. Thank you so much for your $5 donation. I appreciate your support here on the channel. I'm sure you're going to crush it, man. Good luck with that. Wow. We're back. The Bravo LEDs stop blinking. Everything is back. I'm not touching the box. I'm just going to fly in heading. If I have to heading mode, vertical speed this all the way to the ground, we're going to do it. I'm not touching that box one more time. Thank you, Toliss. I hope Toliss will find this video at some point, or Torsten will, and he'll see that, and he'll see my gratitude for their wonderful aircraft that has autosave.
Endeavor 4882, change in plan.
Let's say if we've been streaming for, what, 2 hours? Being vectored all over the place, and it could have been a very, very sad night.
357 heading 030, expect 31 right.
030, expect 31 right now, Cactus 357. Oh, I don't want to change the box. I don't want to change the box. I'm scared. Do I do it? Do I change the box or no? Yeah, ATC was super accommodating. Aaron, you're right. He pinged me, so the old controller pinged me immediately after I re-logged in and said contact me on this, and he spun me around and then sent me over.
Reset transponder, squawk 1074, 1074.
Squawking 1074, Cactus 357. Spin me right around, baby, right around.
American 628, New York, expect
you need to pull the charts
right,
again?
Right.
Let me pull them all up. Thanks for that.
And if you would, American 628, maintain 250 knots.
So, approach, ILS 31 right.
Endeavor 4882, amend your altitude.
We should probably know where we're going when we get on the ground, too. Airport 20-9.
4,000, Endeavor 4882. Thanks. Endeavor 4882, frequency now for you is, let's make it 118.4, 18.4, good night. 18.4, good night, Endeavor 4882. Cactus 357, descend to 4,000.
Descend to 4,000, Cactus 357. 4 blue, open descent, down we go, out of 10, lights are coming on. Alright, we're going to change the box. Should I do another save? Hold on. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I don't know what to say. I guess it's auto save, right? Yeah.
180, direct with Guardia Kilo. Longtail 1000 heavy, New York, thanks. Expect 31 left for now. If it changes up, I'll let you know. So be prepared for that. It might change. Everything's changing pretty quick around here. So 31 left for now.
I'm trying to clean this up here. What is that fix there? I can't read it.
Longtail 1000 heavy, depart
Should be
landing, heading
Maldi.
0.
That's the final approach course.
Yeah, let's make it a 180 degree heading and descend to
314, so that's 134.
American 628, descend to 3000.
Insert. Clean the
Cactus
box.
357, descend to 3000. Contact approach 118.4.
18.4 down to 3,000, Cactus 357. That's it. Alright, we got it synced up now. We're good to go. Woo! Approach good evening, Cactus 357, heading 030, 8.9, descending 3,000.
Endeavor 4882, maintain the altitude, maintain 3000. Center maintain 3000.
Alright, that's the last time adjustment I'm making too, so good start, good start. He's got me on. Woo! Alright, we're back. We're back, we got lights on. Let's go outside for a second. Let's do a flyby shot.
Denver 4882, maintain 250 knots. Just a quick speed difference.
All right, 250 until advised, Endeavor 4882.
I've got the sounds way down. Beautiful though. Whew. Are we safe of concern? Yeah. Yeah, Toliss says that is a huge. That is huge. No lie, that is huge, that autosave function. The importance of that cannot be understated. Yeah, oh yeah, Bill, we do need to activate the approach. Thanks. Remind me as soon as I get back on the cockpit. Oh. What's everybody else doing over here? Let's see. Look at our little circle. Look at these props over there. Oh my goodness. Look at these departures. There's American 1455 rolling. So that's why they switched us to 3-1 right. Honestly, I'm surprised. Why are they using one runway? Shouldn't you all departing off 3-1 left the whole time and arriving 3-1 right the whole time? I don't know.
American 628, approach right. Number 6 Alpha Foxtrot, try getting 280 and it's up below flapping.
Al W, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, just in time, dude. We had a
210.
slow to 210, Cactus 357. We had a crash there, like an X-plane crash. But we got an autosave. We're back. Activate, confirmed. Slowing to 210. Spoid rig time. And Mickey G, thank you so much for the $20 bomb, man. Really appreciate that. He says, you need some whiskey after that scare? I recommend a Bullet Bourbon. Bullet Bourbon, huh? I'll have to look that one up. I have not heard of that one. I will definitely check that out. Mickey G, thank you so much for your $20 bomb, man. I really appreciate your support. I'm going to need a couple shots of whiskey after that. Rex Royce, you're holding a Cameron? Epic. I'm kind of sad we didn't hold a Cameron, to be honest.
Cactus 357, try hitting 080, reduce speed to 180.
080 to slow to 180, Cactus 357.
Endeavor 4882, heading 340, and it's up below
Heading 340, turn to localizer, Endeavor 4882.
Alright, there's VFE next, -10, flaps 1, Carta Juice View, here we go. Broco Flyer, no, he's not still on the deck, is he?
Endeavor 4882 is overhead Qatar, maintain 3,000 feet.
Oh, you're still awake, man, I'm sorry to keep you awake and have that on there. I'm going to change it right now, thanks for reminding me.
Alright, we're clear for the ILS runway 31 right and 180.
It's sad to delete that command. I've got it removed.
180 knots for 5 mile final.
Blocked. Thank you, Dougal. Sorry you're still up, man.
Until 5 mile final and clear ILS runway 31 right.
Been keeping you awake with bad Nightbot messages.
357, descend of 18, 3,000.
Descend 3,000, Cactus 357. Alright, we're doing it, man. Spoid brakes, he wants us to slow down.
4882.
And go down, here's flaps 2.
To rejoin the localizer and your cleared ILS approach runway 31 right.
Alright, let's turn 280 now to join the localizer and clear ILS runway 31 right, Endeavor 4882.
Cactus 357, to heading 340, intercept localizer.
340, intercept the localizer, Cactus 357. 340 on the heading. Loke, blah, blah, blah. There it is. Man, I haven't flown the Airbus in a while, it seems like. Alright, Loke Blue. We're trying to get down 3,000. There we go. Can you imagine doing this with a jar at 340? No. Absolutely not.
4882, good night.
Cactus 357 is 8 miles from Qatar, maintain 3,000 full establish on localizer, cleared out approach runway 3 on right, maintain 180 knots for 5 mile final.
Alright, 180 to 5 out, 3 till established, cleared ILS 31 on approach, Cactus 357. Alright, here we go. Lock and load, cleared approach. Glide slow blue, low blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2, we're 180 knots to 5 out, check, leveling 3,000. Nice vector there on the heading. The aviator says, I feel intimidated by the automation on the 320. Definitely feel comfortable flying a less automatic plane than the 737. Aviator, once you get used to it, ask anybody who is really... Oh, my spoid brake's still out. Noob. Once you get used to it, you're really going to appreciate it. So, a lot of people have that same concern. But once you get used to it, you end up loving it. You really do. Yeah, Anderson. See, I'm looking for ALS buttons and all this stuff. Oh, jeez, I need that. Thanks. They should they should at least start flashing at me. Actually, yeah, they would start flashing at me. It would still capture it without the LS on.
Contact Kennedy Tower, 119.1.
19-1, have a good one, Kex 357.
Yep.
That guy was on fire too. I liked all these approach controllers. So it seems like the guys that aren't in New York area were
Kennedy Tower,
being forced to work,
we do 5x5.
and the guys up here were excited to work.
Yeah, the servers are a bit messed up here, so it's getting quite annoying.
We're joining the low 180 to 5 out. Here we go.
Right turn right, clear land, Denver 4882.
Sin City, you just got the red palms?
Bravo, contact ground 121.9.
Oh my goodness, Scott Rashley. Scott Rashley coming in with a $50 bomb. Dude, thank you so much, man. Let me check in here real quick. Kennedy Tower, Redeem Kex 357, we're on the ILS 31 right.
Yes, 357, Kennedy Tower, how you doing today, sir? Number 3, following gate citation. We'll call it about a 7-mile final with 33014, runway 31 right.
All right, we're looking for the traffic 31 right, clear to land, Kex 357. Scott, thank you so much, man. $50 bomb. He says, this has been a very informative flight. So thankful for your channel and the great content. Bourbon time cometh. Scott, I am hitting it hard tonight. You know, the best part, selfishly, the best part about Captain Canada and XP still on the ground is as soon as I get home, I'm going to just throw up YouTube when I get home and I can sit back, drink some bourbon, and watch them fly in. So it actually is working out in my favor. So selfishly, I'm glad that we're getting in because I can go home and enjoy some XP72 and some Captain Canada on YouTube and see the madness unfold. Maybe Sin City will be landing by that time. But awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Scott. I really appreciate that $50 bomb, man. Thank you. Aaron Hastings, 13-month membership celebration. Thank you, sir, for your continued support. 13 months. That's awesome. That is serious dedication. I appreciate that, Aaron. He says Irish whiskey needed after that scare. Oh, yeah. Guaranteed. All right, here we go. We're nosing over. I'm going to not pay attention to chat here for a little bit as I try not to botch this approach up. I'm going to get everything set up here. We've got replay mode, which is beautiful coming in here as the lights load in. 180 to 5 out. We should be all right. We're flaps 2, 180, so we're looking good. Touchdown is 13 feet, so 2,000 feet above touchdown. That's when we'll manage the speed. So here's your window. I always talk about it. 2,000 feet above touchdown zone. Remember, above touchdown zone, not necessarily MSL. 2,000 above touchdown, 180 knots. We are flaps config 2. All we have to do now is when we hit 2,000 foot, manage the speed, drop the gear, and you'll be stable and on slope all the way down. I don't like the fact that we're tracking. I feel like we're tracking right out of the localizer. We've got 20-mile-an-hour winds up here. What's going on with that? But see this? We're slightly off on the loc here. It's like someone's parked in front of the loc antenna. A little attenuation. How is nav accuracy calculated? I could talk all day about that. Airbus GPS IR mix, man. It takes GPS and the IRS, mixes all of them together to give you the most accurate position. Cross-references itself throughout the entire flight. Oh, there's 2,000 feet. Manage, gear down, arm the spoid brakes. VFE next minus 10 for laps 3. Let's watch it. I was just in, for those that are members, you guys saw the shorts. I was just in LaGuardia last weekend, spent some time in New York. It's beautiful. Flaps full. Notify the flight attendants. Landing check is cabin crew advised. Auto thrust, speed, ECAM memo, landing all green. Auto brakes are off. Landing checklist complete. I didn't figure out where we were parking. We're going to take it off Whiskey, hopefully, and we're going to park since we're landing over there. We're going to go Terminal 7, gate number 7. Perfect. Double 7s. I'm going to bump my VREF speed up just a tad there. We're a little bit slower than I'd like. We'll make it 138 or below max landing weight. Carta's engines are coming up. Beautiful. All right, enjoy the approach, guys. Nah, no auto brakes. You guys complain that the airplane is too automated, then you want me to turn on the auto brakes. What's up with that? Maximum reverse thrust. That's what I'm all about.
1,000.
Oh, I got disconnected from the network? Huh, lower back. I don't even think that was me. I think that was just Vatsim. I can see my Vatsim thing is just flashing all the center frequencies. Alright, let's hand fly this puppy down.
Oh, okay, that could be one long tax. Down the field, right? Alright, left Whiskey Short, Bravo, call ground 2119, Whiskey Short, Bravo, 6
I feel like we are right at the look here. What's going on with that? Maybe not. Maybe it's just my sight picture. That to me seems like center line, but with a little bit of wind coming from the right there. Oh, my frames are tanking. Tanking of the frames confirmed. It's all these lights probably.
Okay, my voice ever just crashed. I mean, that's fine. 1 second.
Oh, maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it's him. I'll dip below a little bit here. Pappies must be out of service.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, retard, 5, retard.
A little bit chunky. A little bit chunky. Manual brakes. We're going to take this next taxiway. 190, 11 feet from center line, and that's really that far off? Ooh. 47 feet above. This one said 190, that one said 246. It felt chunky. My frames, I keep getting disconnected. Either I'm getting disconnected or Vatsim is disconnecting me. We'll clear the active though, that's the most important thing to do. And kick just 357, you want us over to ground? Alright, 21.9 will go kick through for 7. Alright, let's clean it up here. This is where you need to have 2 people on line. 21.9.
Monopole 9er, heavy monitor tower 123.9er. Oh, yeah, no, 123.9er, 1.9er.
Ground, good evening, Kex 357 here. We just cleared 3-1 right on uniform. We're going to Terminal 7, Gate 7.
Cactus 357. Join Alpha, hold short of Victor Victor, contact ramp 131.85.
Alpha, short Victor Victor, ramp 1.85, Kex 357.
131.85.
3185, short of Victor Victor over to ramp. Thanks, sir. Alright, Alpha, Victor Victor to ramp. No worries, Spec. Alright, after landing checklist, we'll go ahead and spool that up. We made it. I'm going to see that replay. I think we chunked that landing, though. I think that was every bit of 190 or whatever it said it was. Look at this, though. This is so cool. This is... To see this, guys, I don't think you guys understand the beauty of this. I mean, this is such a realistic view. Taxiing into the ramp or into the landing runways, and you see these planes lined up here. It's not uncommon to see, 10, 15, 20 landing lights set up. So to see this in a sim really is pretty awesome. All right, are we short of Victor Victor? We are short of Victor Victor. There's an ANA. We got to go 3185. definitely went the wrong way on that scroll, huh? Ramp, good evening, Cactus 357. We're on Alpha Short Victor Victor, going Terminal 7, Gate 7.
Cactus, correction, wow, I can't work. Cactus 357, Kennedy ramp, you are cleared in.
You're cleared in, Cactus 357, thanks. We're going to go in, and Gate 7, Victor Victor is going to be in here next to the ANA. You know why I picked Gate 7 is because we left for the Euro tour right around here. Oh gosh. Service truck tried to hit me there. We're going to kill a taxiway light because I don't want to taxi into this aircraft. Alright, we got 2 minutes on the cooldown. Let's go ahead and secure engine 2. We might have been at the wrong gate, but that's not matter. We'll go right here. Where's the lead-in line? Oh, it's over here. Phantom forgot to turn on the yellow electric pump. So now we're listening to the PTU in the background. As you can see indicated here on the ECAM, hydraulic PTU. That's how you know Phantom forgot the yellow electric. Alright, A319, that's us, gate 8. We're at the wrong gate. Call ops, have them tug us over to 7. Or the next crew's going to have to do a plane swap. They'll probably be pissed. Brake set. Engine 2 is off. Seatbelt sign is off. Engine 1 is off. Spool it down. Cartage a roll. Oh, I left my strobes on. Check strobes. Like a pleb. It's alright. Look at that beautiful engine shut down. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and kill the strobes. Let's just, before we go on a replay mode, let's just take a quick look at this madness. Look at this guy coming in right here.
Oh, sorry, 121.9. Thank you.
Look at this. I mean, I feel like we could just sit here and drink some bourbon, do plane spotting. That's a JetBlue. Howdy do, sir. That looked like a greaser and a half. Who was that? JetBlue 458. That was definitely a greaser, sir. What's over here in the departure lineup? Let's go ahead and check this out.
JetBlue 622, Kennedy.
Ooh, look at this madness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, who's in the 7-4? Beautiful. Wow, you are close to that airplane, sir. 10, 11, 12. Ooh, Lufthansa 7-4. I wish we had sounds for these AI airplanes. UPS 7-5. Airbus A320 with IAE engines. Gotta love it. Look at all the IAE engines. What's this? That's another Airbus. IAEs. Beautiful. JetBlue taking the runway. That was cool. All right, we're going to watch a replay. Let's check this guy's landing out here real quick. Strobe angle, check. Scott, thank you so much, man. Yeah, it was a good flight. This was wild. This threw me off over here. I don't know what's going on over there. We got somebody getting arrested or something. Wow, look at this. You got taxiing in. You got somebody departing. How beautiful is that? Somebody departing. That looks real. All right, let's see this guy's landing, and then we're going to watch our replay. Ooh, what do we have here? Ooh, a 7-4. I'm glad to see the parking brake. Oh, yeah. Anthony Anderson says, great stream, V1. Really enjoyed it. Great job on those engines, Carta. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anthony. Appreciate it, man. Look at this 7-4 coming in. Man, we need sounds. Oh, that looked pretty good, too. Honestly, that looked like a greaser. Man, we should just sit here and do plane spotting all night. Looked like an absolute greaser. Looks like finals cleared up. All right, let's go ahead and throw you guys into replay mode. Let's go ahead and disconnect from Vatsim. Thanks for the ATC, y'all. Replay. Let's see if replay works. Uh-oh. Did I really spend that much time on the ground? Oh, yeah, because our flight crashed. All right, there we go. Let's watch a car to engine view. I agree, Tyler. Sin City, you're still at hold it, Cameron? Jeez. D says, very nice flight, Captain. Almost didn't feel like an FNO. We snuck in. That Myrtle Beach departure was clutch. No chasing clouds. I forget what Kennedy scenery this is. I got it a long time ago. I couldn't even begin to tell you what it is. Oh, yeah. Let me show you guys on the Carta engines. This is how you know they're epic. Look at the shape in the reverser here. You probably saw this on the Flight Factor replay. But that... Oh, we can actually watch it from here. Let's watch it from this angle. You can see the lopsided angle there. Wow, talk about Carta engine view for landing. I might have to save this angle. This is sweet. Oh, it's good we don't have sounds with PSS. Watch the little bit of shape here. Did we bounce? We might have bounced. That is awesome. Also, reflection. I want to see this. So before reversers get deployed, you have the attenuators that are going to deflect. So right now you can see the N1 fan all the way up front. Touchdown, reverse thrust. All we're doing is redirecting that bypass air. So all that bypass air is now redirected forward out the front here, out these vents. So that's your reverse thrust. So believe it or not, the core thrust is still going behind the airplane. Epic, Carta. Absolutely epic. All right, let's watch another landing here. Let's get some sail plan. Because I still want to get home and see what's the status? What's the status of XP and Captain Canada? Will I have enough time to get home and watch them fly in? Carter says that 7-4 that landed was one that took off from MCI that took off when I landed a few hours ago? Wow, that's awesome. Steve Venn, yeah, I agree. Props to the controllers. Vatsim controllers all the way around on this stream were absolutely epic. That's cool. Looks like we got one building in New York City loaded. Frame drop. Yeah, nice little cross one there I didn't correct for. Oh, frames were not good there. Show me the wind on the ECAN? What do we have? Nope. Alright, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I know it's been a late one. Dougal McTavish, get some sleep, man. Thanks for still being around. I appreciate it. Alright, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm going to get out of here. Leave you guys with a couple replays. Probably won't see me for a few days. Next stream, we're going to be back in Hawaii, back to the Asia Pacific tour. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, have a wonderful weekend. I'm V1. See ya!